Hello again. Welcome back to 7Shadows Market. Today we are going to be geeking on Van Helsing. It is one of my favorite fun flicks. A lot of people, for some reason I don't know a whole lot of people that really talk about it. There could be reasons, maybe my tastes are completely different than yours, but it has been one of my go-to movies when I'm just looking for some big, dumb fun and a cool, monster-saturated environment and aesthetic. Let's talk about it. It's 2004 flick. Who is in it? It stars Hugh Jackman. So anytime you have an action flick and Hugh Jackman, we're going to get one-liners. We're going to get fight scenes. We're going to get cool things happening. So you also get to contrast that with Kate Beckinsale. She is one of my all-time favorites. Obviously, if you've come into the shop and we've talked about Underworld, you will know that her performance as Celine, one of the death dealers, the key death dealer in the Underworld franchise, is what really sets her apart in terms of, I'll use the word actressing. But because this movie has that kind of gothic thing still, it has that aesthetic, it has action, it has the folklore of the monsters, vampires, all this kind of stuff. Kate is a natural fit. She is fantastic in it. Also, Richard Roxburgh I will highlight because he plays Count Dracula, a totally different take on Dracula. Usually Dracula is reserved kind of thing. This is a high-energy Dracula. High-energy, ponytail, rock star Dracula. He may be too over the top for some folks. I've heard that from people that I've turned onto the flick. But this whole movie's over the top, so why shouldn't Dracula be over the top as well? You also have some performances in here from people that you will know from other franchises. So let's talk about David Wenham. David Wenham, you will know him as Faramir in the Lord of the Rings series. He plays Carl the Friar. Carl is responsible for coming up with all of the cool gadgets, gizmos, weaponry, and defense things and everything that Van Helsing uses in his adventures. Robbie Coltrane. Robbie Coltrane you will know as Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter franchise. He plays Dr. Henry Jekyll. You'll see him really early. He is one of the first, I believe, if memory serves correct, the first encounter that you see Van Helsing have. Now, I'm not going to chalk this up full of spoilers because I want you to remember it if you're going to revisit it or if you haven't seen it before. I don't want to give away too much. But definitely, needless to say, Dr. Henry Jekyll is nowhere near as cuddly and cool as Rubeus Hagrid. You also have a great performance from Shuler Hensley. He plays Frankenstein's monster. Now, what's really great about this is that this is the abomination, right? The creature made out of dead parts, the unholy whatever. He actually delivers some of the most human performances. The best of the human condition is coming out of the creature, the monster, the horrible, inhuman thing. That's a really cool twist for me. Very emotional stuff going on in that performance. So he also, Hensley, if you look it up, he played Frankenstein's monster another time in the Mel Brooks musical adaptation of Young Frankenstein. A couple things to keep in mind in this movie. Take your brain, pull it out, and check it out to the side because gravity does not exist. Many of the stunts and things you will see, especially toward the end, big finale, it is one of the big finale things. Seriously, gravity doesn't exist, but that's because we're in a 2004 CGI world. What was going on then? We know CGI was used prior to the early 2000s. However, the technique had been perfected by then, which means everyone overused it. It's like me. I'm a musician, right? So if I find a cool riff or a cool scale or something, it's great for that song. And 15 more after that. We just keep changing it up a little bit and I overuse it. It's just a habit. So Hollywood is no different. So it may be a little much for some people, but once you can get past that, keep in mind that this is how you're bringing these stories to life. So it's Van Helsing. Great flick. Big, dumb fun. Over the top. It is loud. It is, again, a gothic aesthetic. If you dig the Universal monsters and stuff, I love the whole twist on those. Some people may not dig it, but that's why you need to watch it. If you watch it, then we can talk about it. And you can come and tell me that, yeah, it's pretty good. You can tell me, yeah, I think it's a great go-to for fun, just like you do. Or you can tell me, dude, that is complete garbage and trash, and I feel like I have to throw my TV out now because it has been soiled with the movie that you recommended. Come see me, 7Shadows Market. We are located inside Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall in Montgomery, Alabama. 425 Coliseum Blvd. Come on down to the basement in the underground region of the flea market, and you will find me 6, if not 7 days a week. Come on by. Gothic things. I have geek stuff, incense. You know, I got you covered. You know, whether it's Disney, Dragons, Dracula, if you're a hippie moonchild person, or you want to get some anime posters, or just come hang out and talk. That's what it's all about, really. Connecting and having fun and being part of the 7Shadows family tribe of geeks and freaks. Come on by. Remember, buy local. By supporting the locally owned businesses in your community, you help the world go around right in the place where you live. Thank you for your support. God bless you. Keep on geeking on. You can check me out at 7Shadows Market on Facebook, 7Shadows Market on Instagram, or the website 7shadows.com. That's the number 7, the word shadows.com.